You know without you I'm so lonely. When you're not here, 911 calling. Into your heat again, I'm diving. Darling you, baby.
Hi, we're three K-pop darlings, just chatting K-pop. I'm Mama J, Missy, and Baby K. And for the first time ever, the table covering is appropriate for today. We're slightly doing Ateez. Woo! Yes, our pirates. I love me some pirates. Hence the dress.
The outfits.
The outfits. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about Ateez with everybody today.
Yay!
I'm gonna look at some notes, but most of this is gonna come out of my head, so it's gonna be woo. So hang in there.
We're on a pirate ship. We're just gonna keep going. Boys.
Yep, it's just gonna be up and down, up and down. So Ateez is an 8-member boy group.
Really?
Way.
Wow.
They were formerly as in before they debuted, they were known as KQ Fellas. And they actually were 9 at one point with KQ Fellas. In fact, they went to LA and had a whole thing in LA, and they had an extra member, and lots of bad things happened to them in LA, and lots of really good things happened to them in LA. Poor Hongjun, that was a really rough go for him.
Chris, you're still on the list. Not Chris Bang Chan. Chris who stole the laptop.
Yeah. But he ended up not debuting. I don't even think he made it through LA.
I don't know what happened to the night.
I don't either. He just was there for a really short period of time and then he didn't stay. They are under KQ Entertainment and they debuted on October 24th, 2018. And their debut song was Pirate King, hence Pirates. And they have a whole lore about everything. Hongjun has made this incredible story, and we'll just touch on it like that because it's like hours worth of stuff. Anyway, their fandom is called Ateez.
Ateez.
And I'm an Ateez. And they are pirates, and they kidnap us into their fandom and hold us hostage. And I have, way big Stockholm syndrome with my captors, especially a couple of them.
They have their own light stick. It is called Light Teeny.
Light Teeny.
Because
Big Light Teeny and Little Light Teeny.
and this is version 1 because I don't have version 2. But yeah, light sticks. Because I liked it. And the boxes, I'm not gonna lie.
Cool.
The boxes, they're like cute little treasure chests. They make me happy.
Yeah. So we're gonna just jump in with the members, and I'm just gonna go start at the captain and move on. And yes, I can say captain. So they don't have a leader. They have a captain because they are pirates, and pirates have a captain. So they have a captain, and if they don't call him captain, they have to pay him money.
It's true.
I think it's like 50,000 won.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to start with our captain, who is Hongjun. And he's Kim Hongjun. And he was born November 7th, 1998.
Yep.
And he's adorable. He's my bias. And he is their captain. He's their main rapper. He's a vocalist. He's a composer. And he also is their center quite often.
Yep.
He is super talented, and he was the first one to join KQ. And there's a whole story about that, and I'm hoping to get around to talking about how they joined KQ.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that after we talk about the members. But he has an older brother, and you actually get to see him. He talks about him a lot, and there's a whole episode, Bongjun, and they talk about him a lot because he is a dancer, and like a professional dancer, he is beautiful. Watching him dance is amazing, but he actually choreographed for Hongjun for the opening section of one of their performances for an awards show. And it was just really cool to see them. And to see Hongjoong take on all this stuff that his brother did was pretty cool. So anyway, he's that. He's an artist. He's a fashion icon. He loves fashion. He has been very into fashion. He's gone to quite a few fashion shows. He likes to take clothing and repurpose them. And a lot of times what you see that he's wearing in his personal wardrobe are things that he has repurposed. And I think that's amazing. He loves photography. He actually, just this past year in 2023, he had his own show. It was November 1st through November 7th, and it was 7 days, and you could go in and see all of his photography, and he himself went in and curated it and helped with all the setup. It was supposed to, I wish I had been able to see that. That would have been amazing.
This is why we should live in Korea. My friend who does live in Korea did go see it, and she took some videos and posted them. It's just great.
See. So he's considered the dad of the group, and in a minute we'll talk about the mom, but he's kind of backed off of that. I heard him say that they've grown up a lot, and so he doesn't have to be as much the dad anymore, where when they were first debuting, I think he was pretty strict with everybody.
He was pretty strict, and
I when you meet the other members, you'll see why. Really.
yes.
He's fluent in English. I mean, pretty fluent. I mean, he's not, as far as a foreigner goes, he has learned English. He really wanted to know English, so he did it. And yeah.
He actually learned a lot of his English off of, I can't remember the whole thing, but it's the food guys that they met up with in England. Ollie and
yeah.
amazing.
So those two, the guy that's the lead in that, he actually went to university in Korea.
Yeah.
And so they knew each other, and then they have a whole YouTube. And if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put it
It's
below.
so-
It's so cute.
they're amazing.
I will actually put
Yeah.
the episode that he and Son are on.
Yeah.
It is super cute. They go to England and they have English food and
fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
And such.
And Hongju does say here his motto to live by, which is, don't waste your calories on food that doesn't taste good.
Which is why the man does not eat vegetables.
Yeah, he just eats what he wants.
That's a good motto to go by.
Yeah. But he's really well known in the industry. He's really close friends with quite a few people, including Bang Chan. A couple of episodes ago, we linked in some stuff from Kingdom, but Kingdom, watching them do their Mayfly, the rap version of that.
Their awkward, like, almost blind date where they're talking to each other. It's like, what's your blood type? I feel like we're on a date. Like,
Or it's
But
like, who's
then-
your most problematic child?
Yosong, actually.
Ouyang, and Chamin.
Yeah, and they actually talked about it later, and he's like, Ouyang is a problem, but with Son, like, they kind of somehow work out. Yosong's the problem. It's the Ateez, okay.
Yosan!
And we'll get to that. But yeah, so Hongjoong he's pretty intense, but I love him. Like, I love him. Anyway,
I did
he's
the same
amazing.
thing as he does. I repurpose my clothes
Yeah.
a lot. I have a lot of extra fabric right now
True.
That
and
I'm
will
going-
turn into other things.
that I will turn into like bags, maybe like a shirt or something.
And he does the same thing. And then the other thing, and that I like about Hongjoong is that he is very socially aware. He is so inclusive. He was. People said that he was the first one to kind of break that barrier of kind of that non-gender fluid kind of the way they dressed and being
Non-gender clothing.
He doesn't
non-gender clothing.
conform.
Yeah. But he always has a nail painted for one of his causes to raise awareness for children and women who are being abused. And trafficked, yeah. And so I think there's a lot of good that comes out of what Hongjoong does. He's one of the hardest workers. Him and Bang Chan,
Oh gosh.
I'm probably the hardest working people I've ever even had the knowledge of.
Yeah, those two and Woozy.
Yeah, and I put Uzi in that category too.
Gosh. I don't
Okay.
think they ever sleep.
Yeah, I think their motto is "I'll sleep when I'm dead." So or after the military, or in the military. Maybe they'll sleep when they're in the military. Who knows? Okay, so that brings us to our next member, who is actually our oldest member.
Yes.
So our oldest member is not our captain, but this is our oldest member. This is Sanwa. He is my number 2. I love Sanwa. Yes. So he is Park Sangwa, and he's a vocalist, he's a rapper, he's a dancer, he's their visual. He's
Truthfully, which one of them
It's-
isn't a visual?
This is true. This is so true. There's a tradition in Korea that says if you are the oldest male, you have to marry someone of Korean descent. Like they have to be born in Korea. And then if you're second or third, it doesn't matter. You can marry a foreign girl. So anyway, he has an older brother.
All in good hands.
Yes. And he so he is they refer to him as toothless.
Yes.
Oh, we actually planned this out.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We were watching it and we're like, okay, so
Oh, we watched How
Sangwa
to Train Your Dragon.
is toothless.
Uh-huh.
Hongjun is the other Night Fury, the white one.
Okay.
And then Yosang is Hiccup, which fits perfectly. Yuno is Astrid,
Okay.
the knowledge guy that like knows all the dragons.
Uh-huh.
He's Jungho.
Okay.
The twins
Yeah.
are are Mingi and Uyong.
Oh gosh.
And then the other one, the guy that was like such a flirt is Song. We planned it out perfectly now.
Anyway,
And then
Checks
the
out.
dad's kind of like cute.
I'm not gonna lie, I might switch San and Uyang just because Uyang tends to flirt all the time.
I know, but it's funny to see like Mingi and like
Yeah, true.
Uyong like beat at each other, so like
Facts.
siblings, so
Facts. Okay.
so someone
It's toothless.
is toothless, and a lot of the fans think of this, and Songwei is such a huge kid at heart. He loves Legos.
Star
He loves Star Wars. He loves
Everything.
gaming. He's just a big, giant, nerdy kid, and I love that about him. He's also the mom of the group.
Yes.
He mothers them. If someone has a problem, they seem to go to Sangwa just to talk. And he's super clean and tidy.
So
If you
clean.
ever see the thing of
You should see
his
his
room,
his room tour.
him doing Legos in his room, and then his display case, it's just so
It's crazy.
like immaculate. He does like dramas,
Yes.
which is fun. And he actually is the most flexible when it comes to vocals and vocal range. He can do both the low and the high. And so that's why he gets put in there a lot. In high school, he was on a big dance team and was like a leader, and they competed and they won stuff. I mean,
Uh-huh.
he was,
He had his own fan girls in high school.
yeah, before he became a KQ. So.
He also loves Animal Crossing.
Yes,
Oh
he
my
is
God.
a huge
Animal
Animal
Crossing.
Crossing. Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's so adorable.
He is adorable.
So he also speaks English and Japanese.
Mhm.
We are going to talk a little bit about this, but there were some members of Ateez that did a drama.
Yeah!
Imitation is the drama.
Finally now!
It's
My time!
And Sangwa was one of those people. He was in the drama.
He was in the sparkling.
I love that drama. It's my favorite. I love yelling at the TV about it. It's just so funny.
Facts.
He was known to say that he didn't think that he was good looking and that it was a sore spot for him. It was something he struggled with. but that A-teeny loving him and telling him that he was a very good-looking man helped him overcome his insecurity. And I like that. I like that he came across that way.
I think it's very interesting because Sunghwa kept his bangs really long and stuff because he was trying to hide. And then more and more they started styling it back. And then we had Wonderland, which was a fake hairpiece for his bangs. Please include, I just want the little clip of Jungkook wearing Sunghwa's bangs.
We'll put it somewhere here now.
Because he's just razzing him, but yes, but yeah, I like that he's like, no, I actually like how I am now.
Yeah.
Because of
and
the
now
love
I
you
feel
guys
like
show.
he has come like full circle to be like, now I own it, and he doesn't just own it on stage, but he owns it off stage.
Yes.
Right? Like you see him legit like flirting. He's like, I am cute. Don't you think I'm cute?
Yeah. It's like J-Hope.
Oh my
Because
gosh,
J-Hope
yes.
also thought that he was not good looking, but now he likes the way he looks. He's like owns it. It's amazing. He's my bias, so I gotta say that.
We love Hobie.
Okay. That brings us to our next member, which is Yuno. And he is Jung Yoon Ho, and he's one of the Ho brothers. We'll get to that in a minute. He's their main dancer and vocalist. And the boy is so cute. And he is also in Sparkly, that he's an imitation. He actually is
He's
the second
lead.
lead.
Yes.
He's the other love interest.
But
He's super
I'm
cute.
so glad that he ends up with the other girl and not the main girl.
Anyway,
Whoa.
why are we giving it away? Go watch Imitation. I think
Go
it's
watch it,
still
you'll
on
see.
Netflix.
No,
Maybe.
it's not on Netflix. It's on Prime Video.
Oh, on
Prime
Prime.
Video.
You can watch it on Prime.
You can probably
Okay.
watch it on Viki too.
Yeah, probably.
His birthday is March 23rd, 1999. He's one of the 99 line.
Which is
There's
the
most
most
of them.
There's a whole group of 99s.
It's almost everybody else.
And he has a younger brother, and we'll get into that.
I can't wait until his
What I love.
It would be like Kehoe, where Kehoe's younger brother debuted.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yes, we'll talk about that later.
Which is kind of sad because we already did P1 Harmony. So, like, that would have been nice to put in there.
But when we did P1 Harmony, Kehoe's brother had not debuted yet.
Exactly.
But you can totally tell, like, you look at his group and you're like, oh, wait, mini Kehoe. How are you in two groups? No, that's the brother.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting fact about Yuno. He is the only member of Ateez that has a driver's license.
Really?
Not anymore.
Really?
Doesn't Jungkook drive?
No, but Uyoung got his license.
Oh.
I know, it's shocking.
Who let Uyoung have a license? Maniac on the road.
Oh gosh, because there's 3 of them now that have the license. I want to say Hoonjun. I might be completely wrong on this, but Yoonho got his license specifically for the drama
Yes.
because he wanted to. Because they're like, oh, you need to drive, and he's like, okay.
Let's do it. This is a great way for me to get my license.
Yep.
So, Yuno and Mingi, who we'll talk about in a minute, were friends long before they ever came into being part of Ateez, and they actually went to the audition separately.
Not knowing.
Not knowing that each other were auditioning, and then saw each other there and they're like, whoa, wait.
No, it was after.
After?
It's
So
after.
they were both part of a dance crew and went to separate schools. Yuno would go eat lunch with Mingi because Mingi didn't have a lot of friends, which is wrong because he's adorable and I love Mingi. Anyways, but they both were like, okay, I'm gonna audition for this. They didn't say what company. And the other one was like, oh yeah, like I'm also gonna be auditioning. So they're both like, okay,
Good job.
Like,
you got it.
Yeah.
And then
they end
the next day, like afterwards, they find out that they both auditioned
Yeah, for KQ.
for KQ.
So yeah. Anyway, so Yuno and Hongjun up until just a couple of months ago. How long has it been? Not very long. Maybe, were hosts for Idol Radio.
Oh, yeah.
A few months ago. No,
I
yeah.
think it was last month.
Anyway, they're not anymore, and because for good reason, we're hoping to see them shortly on tour.
But it was so sad to see them crying that they were.
They were sad, but the thing is, like with Idol Radio, they rotate through the different people, and so a lot of A-teeny who hadn't heard of Idol Radio before are like, they're getting rid of their hosts. It's like,
No,
that's
it's
kind of
not
like
that.
an MC thing.
It's like
They
like
just-
Lino being the MC, and now Youngjan's the MC, and Yosan. Yeah, they all
They rotate
rotate.
through, and plus, they have to take so many hiatuses from Idol Radio
Yeah, to do their
anyways to do
stuff.
tours
Yeah,
that
so.
I'm sad that it's over because
They were really
they
good.
did fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
But
Especially when they did their own team.
oh my gosh, yes. And I loved when they would do the different challenges, and people would be like, "Wow, you guys are good at this." I'm like, "Of course, they're other idols." Anyways,
So one thing I love about is that he's kind of the mood maker. He's kind of the energizer for this group.
Oh, definitely.
Because there's a lot. So if you watch anything that we put in our favorites list in the description, you will see there is a ton of energy in Ateez. It's like Energizers bunnies. They get wound up. They go off. There's a lot of that happens, and Yuno's kind of that calming, chill effect that just kind of makes everybody feel happy. He's like Valium. I'm just gonna feel happy about it.
is Valium.
But he's like that. He has this ability to make everybody just have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
He's,
He's
Also,
Yes,
Oh,
I know
crap.
you know Lino.
Lino.
Also, Hongjun. Yuno is their puppy dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their
is
golden retriever. This
cute.
giant golden retriever. He is.
He really
adorable.
is. All the green flags too. Well, all of them have green flags, but Yuno has a lot of green flags.
He's the biggest green flag in this.
One other thing that I love about is that he's tall. He's 6'1", but he uses every inch of that 6'1", and not just when he dances. Although he does that, he uses all his extension. But when he talks or when he stands, he's just super cute, and I love that he just owns being him.
I also love that, you've seen it with different idols and such, getting their makeup touched up and such. And most of the time, these cute little stylists are reaching up. Always crouches down so that they can get to him without having to reach. It's so cute.
It's
As
so
a
He's
short,
so considerate.
as a short human.
green flag, bro.
Fact, as a short human, I appreciate the fact
I'm not that
he's
short,
willing to
but I'm not that short, but that'd be very appreciated.
Yes.
So our next member is Yosan. So he is Kong Yosan. And he's a vocalist and a rapper and a performer and a visual. The boy is an angel.
Oh my god.
The man.
is so adorable.
He was
Which
born.
is why he's a Maltese. I'm sorry, Doberman.
Doberman.
You're a Doberman.
You're the cutest Doberman ever. Anyway, okay. So he was born June 15th, 1999. He's a 99er.
He's so cute.
Oh my gosh. He has an older sister, so he is not available.
He's available. I don't care.
People often say he's a living statue because of his beauty. And he is a beautiful boy, but he also is a little bit of the Felix effect.
Yeah.
Because you
definitely.
see this gorgeous angel face and then this deep voice comes out
Oh
of it.
my gosh.
Even his speaking voice is deep, and so it's really interesting. I love that he has a birthmark that we don't see very often, but I love the whole.
He's more comfortable with it now, and it makes me so
Yeah.
happy.
and he makes conscious choices to use it as part of his comebacks and things like that.
Oh, definitely.
But it is so beautiful. It's just it makes him even more pretty.
I love his birthmark so much. I love him so much. He's the landlord. He's not my bias. He's not my wrecker. He's just there, and I have to pay him to be there, I feel, because I love him.
He's my best friend's bias, and you'll see why in a minute. But like, the reason why we're best friends and why we like are really good friends is because of our biases. So hers is Yosang, and mine is coming up.
Oh yes, because
Wait, yeah. Mine's
Mine's
coming up
in a few.
in a few. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why.
So Yosong has
Thank you.
also been an MC, and he was super cute about it. He's the quiet one in the group, but he's also, that's really a deceptive description because you watch a lot of their stuff and you're thinking he doesn't say a lot. But he's also like the one that
He's
Hongjin was
mischievous.
saying, like, he's the hardest one to parent, right? Because he's just, always, But even, and we'll talk about this in a minute, but even when they're doing like crazy things and everyone else has all that big energy, he's kind of set back, but he gives it as much as he gets it. And you don't notice it because he's just really subtle about it.
Yes. Also, he is the one that made Hehetman. And the reason it's Hehet is because he likes to do that as like his giggle. It's like Hehet. So cute. But he drew the little Hehetman. And so the original that has the cute little flower sticking out of its head, that was kind of the original representation for 18E. And
It's so
but
cute.
I love him. He's so cute. Yosang, we love you.
I've actually drawn that so much in my sketchbook.
I love him.
And it just says Yosang, and it has an arrow pointing to it.
Yosang.
Yosang.
Facts.
So what I like about Yosun is I like to watch over the course of their comebacks, because they've had a lot since Pirate King.
Oh, definitely.
He has kind of grown, and you can watch it grow. And I love that in this last one where they did the different groups. So like there was Songwon and Hongjun, and then there was San and Yosan and Uyang, and they kind of broke it up. It felt like Yosan had graduated. Like we had moved him from being our angel baby into the devil himself. The boy went from being the nice boy you take home to the sexy man we don't talk about.
The It's You music video.
I remember watching that for the first time with my best friend, and because both of us, our biases are in there, we were both looking at it and we're like,
Dude, I almost died because my bias is in there. I'm like,
yeah, all of us are just like, oh my gosh, what the crap is happening?
True.
And the thing you
But I was
said
like-
about it was so funny.
Yeah, so-
She's like, oh, this is like the,
It's
the
red lights
lights.
for Ateez.
Or I saw a post that was like, oh, sisters, and it was like taste. And
it's so
you
true.
next
Taste
to each
it's
other.
you.
Bro, it was so funny. I was like, yes!
Anyway, Yo-san.
Yes, we love you.
Mwah. Alright, that brings us to our next member.
Sun! The mountain.
San. Somebody's biased, and you wouldn't guess who it is at all.
No.
No, even
Not
the
at all.
the light stick says Sun. And he is
That's my Tizman of song.
Sun. So Sun is Choi Sun,
Choi San.
and he is vocalist and dancer, lead vocalist and lead dancer, and he's woo. We could talk days about this boy.
You guys did.
July 10th.
I could go on for years.
July 10th, 1999. He's one of our 99ers. And he is so cute. Like, and we'll talk about the fact that he's in this certain line, and for good reason. And what I love most about Sun is the duality that lives within this boy. Because on stage he is one person, and off stage he is another.
You can see the like click.
Yeah, you
Like,
watch it go.
it's great. I love you, son.
So he also is a Taekwondo master. I don't know what they call them. His dad teaches it.
So his dad owns a studio.
Yeah, a dojo.
Or a dojo. And so Son grew up doing Taekwondo. And he is
And you
very
can see
high.
that. And you can
Okay.
see that. He uses it like in bouncy, whoop, kicks the guy and knocks him out, right?
I'm also sure that's why he had the jumping ban.
Yeah. Yes. So
We were actually
Son,
talking about that today.
Son is
Yeah,
not
we were.
allowed.
I'm not gonna lie, I might actually get a jumping ban.
I'm going to ban her from jumping.
It's because I was standing out in the cold and Miss C was supposed to come and pick me up. And I saw her driving up and I jumped over this giant thing of snow
And bushes.
and bushes and it was
She
like
cleared it.
I cleared it like without a doubt, bro.
And I was just sitting there going, please don't let there be ice.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
Please don't die. Mama Jay would kill me. Or thank me, one of the two.
Probably both.
Both.
So, Son is, so we're going to talk about tattoos in a minute, but Hongjun has tattoos, and Son has tattoos, and Ui has tattoos. And I didn't talk about this when we talked about Hongjun, but I love his tattoos, Hongjun's. Anyway, so here's what's funny. In the thing I read, Son listed his hobbies as sleep and video games.
Yep.
Sleep and video games.
Me too.
Mama, I agree.
And it just made me think about, because he's in the same dorm as Sangma, and so it just made me think about Son was busy doing all the Legos, and Son comes in and basically sleeps in Sangma's bed.
Oh my gosh, there's that live where Son is wearing
A face mask.
A face mask.
And somebody's like, there's a ghost behind you.
There's a ghost behind you, and Son's like, where? But he just comes in and lays down on someone's bed.
Yes. Just like so.
Why? He just wanted to be in the same room.
I can tell you in a minute.
Well,
So he is another one of the members that was in Imitation,
Sparkling.
Yes.
and he is in the group Sparkling.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. My dance group might cover that.
Please do.
And I will be Son. I literally cannot wait. My best friend will be,
So Son is also fluent in English and Japanese.
The way he says purple.
Yeah. But I love listening to Son speak in English. He just is really.
I think I forgot to say that is a real big gamer.
Oh yes, he is.
Yuno is. And there's another one coming up who's even bigger than Yuno, but they play together.
Well, and Yuno and Son used to be in the same room.
Yeah.
There's no wonder that they didn't sleep, because they'd be gaming all night.
Yeah. And Son has an older sister. And so.
And he has a cat named Yol, which means star. I don't have a problem. I love that his family did cute nature names, because his sister's name means sky.
Sky, yeah. Anyway, Son.
Son means mountain.
Oh yeah, Son
By
means
the way.
mountain.
It's kind of like a nickname for him.
Mountain.
So I love Minnie's raps, especially it's fix on, and then he raps, and he's so cute. And I love, so he was born August 9th,
Yes.
also 1999. Now he does have an older brother, so again,
Does he?
he does, he has an older brother. And his hobbies are also sleeping and
But
just
me
hanging
too.
out. Now, he also is a composer and he writes the raps and along with Hanjun. And I read somewhere that like Hanjun has like 86 somethings to his name, like credits where they say that he wrote them.
Yeah.
And Mingy has like 50 something or 47 something.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's quite a few. And that was as of like the middle of 2023.
Yeah.
So there's probably more now.
Probably more.
What else do we want to say about Mingy? I want to say lots of things about Mingy.
He also likes fashion.
He does.
Oh, he does.
He does his own like little fashion vlog thing. It's so cute.
What's the animal he's currently obsessed with? Like he has
Capybara.
capybaras.
Capybara.
He's so obsessed.
Oh my gosh.
There's so many things.
There's a TikTok of him in this cute capybara.
Yes! I saw that.
He's so cute. But I love Mingy. I have the biggest soft spot for him. Like he deserves all of the love and hugs, and just I love that.
I've said this a lot on this channel that I think Mingy's this giant toddler because on the one hand he's innocent and sweet. And he doesn't, it's like the world just doesn't, he doesn't get the world. And I like that there's this little bit of innocence about him. And he seems to rely on the members a lot. But on the flip side of that, there's the Mingy that shows up to perform. And he's like a madman, like this grown up, amazing boom guy. Mingy seems to be the one, I love the confidence Mingy exudes.
Oh, definitely.
Like he thinks he's right. Boom.
I also love the beauty he sees in the world, because when they were all choosing their mic colors, he was the only one that didn't have like a color picked out. Like, you gotta pick something. And he was just walking around, he looked down at the cement of the sidewalk and went, I want that color. So it is cement gray.
Yep.
And I love the fact that he's just like, I saw the beauty in it, and it's just, it warms my heart that that is how I feel Mingy looks at the world.
I do too. I think he looks at the world with beautiful innocent eyes.
And I love that.
There's this one clip that I was thinking of when you said like, oh, he's like this little innocent little thing, he's like a little toddler. There's this clip that I've seen multiple times of Mingy like literally like hugging their manager, and their manager is just like,
Their manager is like so much shorter than him, and the manager is just like comforting him.
It's
And
so
I'm like,
cute.
Oh my gosh, I love Mingy.
Like he has no makeup on, he's in like this oversized outfit, and he's just clinging on to their manager. Their manager is just patting on the back. Like it's so cute.
Mingy deserves the world.
That's-
I love him.
That's why we call him Princess Mingy.
Princess Mingy.
And that is not from the fans themselves.
That's from them. Yeah.
Mingy just calls himself a princess.
Yes.
And I
so does
love
Mel.
it. Yes.
Mel loves giving
Yeah.
Mingy the princess treatment.
He
Love
deserves it. Just saying.
So I also happen to think Mingy's one of the strongest members of
Agreed.
Ateez.
Oh, definitely.
As tributed by his hiatus, he comes
definitely.
back,
Oh
he's
my
so
gosh.
strong. I just think that they all grew in different ways because you see him when he is KQ Fellows and you see him in LA, and he's a very different person that we see today when we're watching him. And I just feel like he has walked a hard path and he's better for it. And what a great tribute to like show the world how brave is that? To be like, yeah, I had a hard time, but look what you can do with a hard time.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Ateez loves him so much.
That's why I want to give him hugs. Also, he's the cutest mama's boy. Him taking his mom flowers. Just. Mingy, I love this child. He's so cute.
I'm not gonna lie. If I ever meet these guys in person, I'd be scared. But like my first instinct would like go up to Mingy, or and be like, "Hey," and probably like, if I get the chance, and if they let me, probably hug them.
Oh, I would love to give
Just
any of these people hugs because they need hugs.
they need it.
I understand that it's like, ooh,
But it's not something we're doing
it's-
because we want. It's
No,
like
it's
a show
not
of
a.
things.
It's
It's
not to show anything inappropriate. I want to give all of them hugs because they have provided me with so much joy.
Comfort, yeah.
And I want to just give them a hug, give them the comfort and joy
they've shared.
that they've shared with us.
Yeah.
They're mutual.
I also just want to see how I look next to this tall freaking man. Because I'm not
Yeah.
short.
No, you're not.
No,
sure.
I'm not that
short.
short.
Anyway, Mingy.
Me.
Mingy, we love you.
Yay.
Next is the last of our 99ers.
Yep.
And it's
Fifth and final one.
Uyang.
The baby.
Now,
The baby girl.
the baby girl, Uyang.
Oh, that reminds me of Bohan. You're
Yes.
so Baba girl.
Baba girl.
I think you meant baby girl, but I feel more like Baba girl than big girl. I love Bohan.
Alright, so he is Jung Woo-young, and he is their dancer.
Yeah!
And he's a vocalist. And if you saw Baby K's birthday edition, we watched this boy. That was one of her things.
No, we didn't.
No.
We didn't?
When
No,
did we
we
watch
watched. No, we watched his thing one time.
No.
For hers, it was all like Hoshi.
It was
Oh, that's
all
true.
17.
All
And it was
17.
How dare you!
But we did talk about the performances.
We did.
When we talked about his artist
Artist of the month, which I love. I love
His
that.
artist
I
of the month.
learned it.
I have watched his artist of the month so many times.
Too.
And I have purposely, like, there are other amazing artists of the month. Do not get me wrong.
Oh, no.
However, I have shown Ooyoung's artist of the month to anyone who will watch it. I have had multiple friends be like, oh, is this one of your K-pop guys? Yes, but you gotta watch it. It doesn't have to do with K-pop, just watch it.
I
And
think
they're like,
I
oh
have.
my god.
Okay,
I have
so
a thing on the wall that's his a photo card of his artist of the
we'll
month.
look for that in a minute.
We'll just put a picture somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, his birthday is November 26th, 99.
Yes, yes, yes.
And he has an older brother who's only a little bit older than him. His older brother's 97, but then
Yeah.
he has a younger brother
Who's
who
that?
was like way younger,
2000.
2015.
He's so cute.
And they are
This is
so cute
adorable.
together. Like, he is the best big brother.
And like Ooyoung's little brother is just adorable. And his little brother loves Ateez.
Oh, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
love him. Yes.
He is also a gamer. He is not the gamer we were talking about earlier. That's the next guy.
Next guy.
He said one of his hobbies is bullying someone, which I thought was weird. But
That makes
but it's so much sense. Like, they just tease each other like brothers. He is the third person that we'll talk about when we talk about tattoos. He has several.
Oh,
He has 3. San has 1. Hongjun has 2.
Yeah.
Technically.
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 I think he has more than 2.
So Hongjun started with a little one and then he's added on to the one on his leg. And then he has
the one on his
one
arm.
on his arm.
Yeah.
He might have more, he has not shown us. But Ooyoung has one on his ribs, one on his thigh, and one on the back of his neck.
And we'll talk about what each of them said in just a minute. So what's interesting about Ooyoung is that he is only a part of KQ and Ateez because of Yeosang. Because he and Yeosang were good friends, but they both worked for a different company.
Wasn't it?
And I don't
They weren't they at home?
No, they
No,
were at High.
They were at Big Hit.
Big
They were
Hit.
Big Hit, that's
Big
what
Hit.
it was. I
And-
was like, I swear it was
And
like,
they
Big Hit's
Yeosang
now
left and went to
High.
KQ
Sort of.
and then pulled Ooyoung along.
Okay, so this is where me and my bestie come along. Me and my bestie were in a dance group, and she threatened to quit. And I was like, so if you're quitting, I'm quitting too. So, and her bias is Yeosang, and my bias is Ooyoung. So it goes along wonderfully.
So Ooyoung, okay, so we'll talk about my favorite thing in a minute about Ooyoung and about Sun. But Wooyoung has all this energy, and it's playful, and it's delulu, and it's flirty, and he just is like, I don't know, like a giant mess, but not in a bad way. Like he's just
It's a good giant mess.
It's like the mess you want. To, like,
One of my favorite things about Wooyoung is when I went and saw them in concert a few years ago, it was their very last show of the tour. And every night, Hongjun would be like, oh, this is our last song, you know, and then they would actually end up coming back out. And so Hongjun was like, oh, it's gonna be our last song. And Wooyoung was like, no, I'm tired of lying to Ateez. It's not our last song. We have this song, then we take a break, and then we come back out. No, I was just like
Yes!
it was beautiful because I'd been there the night before, so I knew what was going to happen. But oh my gosh, Wooyoung, thank you. You're the real man here.
so our last member is Jungho. He's the
Yeah!
other half of the Ho brothers, and he is Choi Jung-ho, and he's their maknae, but he's their vocalist.
Oh,
He's their main vocalist, and he's phenomenal. Like, he's
Oh my
in a
God.
class by himself. Well, there's a few other people in that class, and we've talked about them before, but he's amazing.
well, actually, if you go watch Kingdom, you can see.
Yes.
who's
Oh,
in that
gosh.
class.
That's the class.
That's the
Yeah.
class.
Fact.
That's it.
I think we actually put that in our Stray Kids playlist.
I think
so
we did.
Look at it, but I'll put it here
We'll
too.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Oh, our
he's-
horrible bear.
yes.
I love him.
So he's October 12th, 2000. So
Yep.
he's the last. And he has a younger brother, but not an older one, so not available. He likes everything. He is our gamer. This is our gamer right here. He
Yeah.
does games. He's the
Oh,
game
definitely.
master. But he also likes other games, not just like online games. But he likes pool, and he likes
He likes to do all
all
of
of the gaming. Yeah, so he's very good at that. He's also their strongest member.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my gosh.
And if you haven't seen him do the Apple thing,
Where
it's
he's
below.
singing these
Where you
apples.
sing, where you
Snapping
sing,
the
and
apples.
just snaps the.
Yeah.
Ah, it's crazy.
He's the one I know the least about, but he's also the one that is in Imitation, and
Shrek.
he's my favorite. He's my favorite thing in the whole show. Him and his sidekick, the guy from Russia.
Yeah.
Those two together in tracks in Imitation
Yes.
are by far my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, when you are done being an idol, you can go do drama. And
Yeah.
you're amazing.
Yours is fantastic.
And I
so
think
adorable.
it's so funny is because the character that he plays is like the complete opposite of kind of.
Oh my gosh, like because he's the maknae
Yeah.
and Shax, but like I'm pretty sure Jungho is quite mischievous.
Yes.
Because I mean we've all seen him trying to undress other members on stage.
What's the song?
It has mostly been sung, but he's done it with all of them.
Oh, definitely.
And it's hilarious to me because he's just like, okay.
It's because Sana's like has the easiest like artist
to get off.
clothes to get off.
Facts.
So like I think that's why.
But like he in Imitation, like
He's
he
funny.
he takes that mischievousness that he already has
Yes.
and goes
Doubles
go.
it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And I made my best friend actually watch it.
Mm.
And it was so funny because we were watching and we were like, huh, that's a lot like us. And so that's our lock screens now. Hers is Strong Pose and mine is the other one.
Very,
Yeah.
very.
But it's so
Follow
funny.
him. He's
He's
fantastic.
fantastic.
He is fantastic. Well, I know that John Poe's a mom baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
he's-
loves Monster X.
Yes. He loves a lot of the different groups.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, he's the girl group like.
Oh, that's what I Go group.
Group.
Okay, so one of my favorite things is watching him do the random dance.
Yeah.
And he has
Everybody's
the girl
like-
breaks down.
Yeah.
And he's so cute. And everybody says Jung Ho, he's the singer, and he's not a dancer.
Oh,
But you are wrong.
Bro,
If you go and watch their pre-debut
oh my
stuff,
gosh, him and KQ fellows.
KQ fellas, the dancing, he's so great, and you watch him do this random dance, and he dances. And one of my favorite things is if you watch the reel, he's the center, and his dancing's on point, his singing's on point, and he's center.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we celebrate Jung Ho. It was really good.
And to me, it's very interesting because I feel a lot of people have always been like, oh, Jung Ho doesn't dance because he hits some of these high notes. The thing is sometimes he's not doing those dance moves while he's hitting those ridiculously high notes. However, watch him during Black Cat, their original performance on Immortal Songs. Tell me he's not a dancer.
Yeah. But also when they do, I don't know what it's for, but they do this like cute little thing. It was like for Bouncy era, where they do a random dance and they're like, oh yeah, like Jungkook's like, it's okay, and then Jungkook's the one that's dancing to all of them.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
like,
it.
no, you got that wrong. It's this. I'm like, oh my gosh.
What do you
Love.
mean? Boy knows stuff.
Like Jungkook.
It's so amazing.
I love that kid. Like, he's the muscle bear. He's just the cutest little gummy smile, and I love it. And then he's boom.
And even though he's their maknae, they do treat him like their maknae, but they don't really.
No,
because he's a lot.
He keeps them in line, kind of.
Oh my gosh, I feel like Hongjoon is, of course, the captain.
Yes.
And everybody's like, okay, so what is like this? He's second.
Yeah, he's the second.
Yeah.
But
I'm
Jungho
also
is like
I'm
right there.
I'm pretty sure like Jungho is like almost like their security.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, if Hamju's the captain and Song was the first mate, Jungho is he's their bouncer. Like,
Yes.
he's their bodyguard.
And no one's gonna take any crap from him. Or no,
Nope. He's not gonna take crap from anyone.
that's the words.
Also, I feel like some of the members are scared to do like anything to him because they're like, oh,
They are, but they aren't. It depends
it depends on
the
like
exact
what kind of thing it is.
thing, because they will tease the crap, like all 8 of them will tease the crap out of each other. But there are certain lines that they know they cannot cross.
push. Yeah.
So this is another one of those groups that are the touchy-feely group. But there are 2 people in here, and Jungho is one of them, that don't do
definitely.
touchy-feely. And it is so funny to watch his face when he has to do touchy-feely stuff.
Also, kind of
Yeah.
Yeosang.
No. The other one is Hongjoon.
Oh, well, yeah, but kind of Yeosang.
Yeosang just pulls the faces because
He's like,
This is where, I'm sorry kid, you are a Maltese. Because if you love a Doberman, they're like, okay, it's great. You love a Maltese and they're like,
whatever.
I mean, keep loving me, but why?
Why? But also, I love how, even though Jungkook doesn't like a lot of like touchy-feely, the one person that he will like kind of allow is Yeosang.
Yes.
And I think it's
And I
so
feel
cute.
like sometimes Yeosang actually ends up being their maknae.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeosang is the one that all of them baby.
Oh, definitely.
And I think it's
And who
hilarious.
wants to be the one? He wants to be the baby girl, and it's not.
No. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You're not the one everybody's taking care of. It's your other partner in crime. Because it's not Sun. It's Yeosang.
It's Yeosang.
It's Yeosang.
Alright, so I wanted to talk about 3 more things. One, I want to talk about their tattoos because this to me is so amazing. Well, it's just that they have tattoos and they're willing to flaunt them. So Hongjoon has them. He has 2, one on his ankle that features the word faith, and one on his inner arm, and it's in English, and it says, no one, the number, like me. And it's in this really cool font that he created. And it's the newest one he has, and it's super cool.
That we are aware.
Aware of. that he shows.
Mhm.
And then Son has one, but he has a matching tattoo with
Yeah.
ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, so he has 3. One on his ribs saying "Sin prosa sin prusa," meaning don't hurry but don't stop.
Oh, we're talking about Yosan.
Ooh, so these are
Yeah.
oohs.
I didn't.
Another one is on his knee, and it's the word amicus de aras, meaning friends until the end. And that's the one he has a matching one with
With
San. So
So
they have it in
San
the same
has-
place on their knee.
It's on their.
It's like
on
right
their
above
knee.
their
Yeah.
knee.
And then his last tattoo is across his back, and it says, "I am never alone, and I will never be."
It's like that one clip where San is like, "Oh, never alone." Like it's like something like that. He's like, "Ooyoung tattoo," and Ooyoung's like looking at him, just like, "What are you talking about?"
My favorite thing is like during a fan sign, they're like, "What does it say?" And someone just like pulls back his shirt and just reads it.
So I like that there's lots of people in the industry that have tattoos, but that they've chosen these tattoos because they mean something. They have a purpose. Anyway, so yes, tattoos. And then the next thing I want to talk about is how they joined KQ. So we've talked about other groups, and lots of other groups have a survival show. KQ did not. None of these boys came into this with that, and in fact, they didn't even have idol program. They had nothing. And Hong Jun wrote a letter and sent in a tape to KQ headquarters. And one of the managers saw it and was very interested in it and brought Hong Jun in.
However, yes, but it took months.
Yes, so it wasn't
And
an easy
Hong
road.
Jun sent in like 3 or 4 letters,
Yeah.
like just
And
because
he
he
just
wanted to get
wanted to
in,
be in.
and he wanted to work with Eden. Actually.
Yes, and so he wanted, and Eden is one of the producers.
Yes.
So he goes in and he is the only trainee. There's just him. And he works really, really hard, and he works with Eden, and he works...
Because Eden's like, okay, if you want
And
to do this,
Eden's
do
not
all
nice
of this.
to him.
No, Eden
Eden
gave him like
The crappiest things that he had to do, like everything. He just
and
made it hard.
so much. Because he's like, man, this kid's gonna quit, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
give him like a month's worth of work. And June finished it in 3 days.
Yeah, and Hanjin would just like work his butt off. He wanted it so bad. And and then the next person to join is Yuno. And Yuno comes in and he's like, oh, okay.
It's just us.
It's just us. And then we get kind of like this popcorn thing that happens. They all start coming in together. And then we get Mingy. And then we get San. And then we get Yosun. And no, Sangwa.
Oh, like
Sangwa. And then we get Yosun. And Yosun's like, well, I know this guy. And it takes a while because in that time, they get Jungho. And then U comes in.
Yes.
And then they're finally all together, and KQ's like, well, I guess we have a group.
Yep. Well, I guess we're gonna send you guys to LA to
And
learn.
we're gonna send
How
you.
they
to
sent
this.
them there for partially for like music production, but
Yeah.
mostly to learn
how to
how to
be an idol.
like how
how
to
to be like kind of
be
like,
a dance crew.
yeah.
Like a very cohesive dance crew, which is why they did so many different like covers and things.
Yes, and
as
they
KQ
worked
was.
with 3 or 4 different choreographers and all this stuff.
Yes.
Anyway, I thought that was so interesting because they have such a different backstory. They aren't stray kids, and they aren't
training
training forever, and they aren't 17 who they live in a basement for a really long time, right?
That poor green basement.
So they just have a different story. And then the last thing is, I have quite a few things from our viewers that they're like, what they love about Ateez. So one of our fans,
Both.
yes,
Friends.
friend
Yes.
fans, said they like Hongjun's fashion and the repurposing and all of that, and I do too. I love watching him
Love it.
go to Paris and to Milan, and the way he looks, he melts my heart. Also, their awareness to social justice movements, and not just Hongjun, although Hongjun has 2 or 3 that he does, but the group is in general. And then this one, and I saved this one that I didn't talk about because I knew it'd come up here, but we want to talk about the demon line. So, Ateez doesn't have, like, 17 has the performance line, and the rap line, and then the vocal line. So Ateez doesn't have any of that because they all do everything. What they do have is a demon line.
Yep.
And I don't know how to explain this. How do you explain this?
So, the demon line. They are pretty much like in normal life, that's fine. You see them perform on stage and there is just something that like clicks behind their eyes and they go from these cute little things to just like evil. And the demon takes over. And the leader of the demon line is not the captain. It's San.
It's San.
It's San.
San gets taken over by a demon, Songhua, and Hongjun. And if you want a very good picture of Hongjun being taken over by that demon, just watch the little performance that they did at Mama to prepare for Kingdom, because they didn't tell them where the cameras were, and Hongjun thought it was turned off and he was pissed. So anyways,
it's the demon line. And it isn't that they're evil, but that like this darkness
this demon
and
takes
this
over.
energy comes out of them. And we'll put a few of our favorite demon line stuff down here.
Just watch any Hala
Yeah.
performance with
Yes.
San and that'll explain everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Hala.
And on that note, there are so many cool things that I love about San in performance.
That's one of the covers I want to do just to be, just to do that.
And then, yeah.
Oh, Cyberpunk!
Cyberpunk, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh.
Someone said they liked the lore. Now, this is a whole thing, like, we could do an entire episode on the lore of Ateez.
Series.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
someday I will sit down with Hongjun and we will discuss it, and it will be something that I understand, but right now I don't. But it is cool. They have a story. You can kind of see it in their, you can see it in their music videos, especially that whole era that's Halazia and Hala Hala and Gorilla and all of those things that kind of fit within that storytelling.
The other thing.
Okay, the New Year's Eve episode
Where-
at the hospital where they all go in for
And
the
the
Falcons, and Ooh wakes up and says to Sangha, "Who are you?"
Also, like the one where like Mingy is like dancing.
Yeah, Mingy's like,
And Mingy doesn't remember a
anything of
darn
it. Yeah. Someone said the Wantees drunk episode.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the one where they're yelling at each? They go on the trip around Korea and they have the different drinks and they have the guy that comes in that's their chauffeur.
And he turns and then
the song falls out. But yeah,
Also,
and then
they're like yelling at each other.
that's the one where they're like, yeah.
Yeah, and I know what the purpose of that game is, but it's hilarious.
Especially when San is like completely.
Oh my
out.
gosh, the fact that
Son
Son's
is
like,
a lightweight man.
he's like, I can do this. I'm like, oh sweetheart. He starts turning so red, and then I just love that he like serenades everybody because he gets so drunk. He's just like, and then whenever he stops, he grabs a piece of popcorn, eats it, and then he starts again. It's beautiful.
The tease mods.
Yes.
That's was something that they said that was one of their favorite things, and they are super cute. This one's Sans.
Yeah.
This one's San, and this one's 18.
Yeah, because he drew his eyebrows. But each member of Ateez drew their own Teasmon as off of
when
the.
you said eyebrows, I thought about Sans eyebrows.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but
You draw me like this. I don't look like this, sweetheart. But anyways, they each drew a Teasmon based on Hehetmon.
Yep.
And so each of them have a representation of themselves.
Yes.
And
this one's Sans.
Um,
So cute.
so I like Sans. Obviously, San is my bias, so I have his. I also like Winkelmann, who is Songwas. Jongho's is really cute. Hongjin's is really
Yuno's
cute.
not so much.
Yuno's did not translate well. It's supposed to be a thumbs up.
It doesn't look so much like
It
that.
doesn't look so much like that. Also, apparently, Yosan thinks we're money bags because his is all like coins. It's supposed to be for good luck. I'm like, no, it's just the fact that we pay you.
Yeah,
It's fine.
we pay you. We made you millionaires. The last thing is Cyberpunk and the tattoo that we all wish was real on Sun's body.
What?
The Anarchy A that was on his side for Cyberpunk when he
Bro,
was.
you think I was looking at his side?
Yeah,
Bro,
no, this is the girl
wasn't?
who throws the face, right, when we talk about anything. Anyway,
I was watching them dance. I was trying to learn the dance.
Anyway.
I
That's
was
what
not trying to learn the dance.
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
I know.
I was
We're
just-
all different people, okay?
all different people. This is true. Anyway, that kind of wraps up Ateez. I know it's been long, hopefully. All right, so we've talked a lot about Ateez. We're gonna sign off here. We're gonna call this part a wrap. We're gonna be wrapping it all up in a nice, neat pirate something, and we're gonna sail off into the sunset.
That's not nice and neat. We're pirates.
We're pirates. All right, Ateez, we love you. I love you. You're amazing. And bye from Mama Jane.
See?
The game. Woo!
I'm so glad you like this.